Yo, it's your boy Wes the Tech here to bring you another one of my personal favorite tech tips to help you as an artist grow in your craft. Now, today we're going to go over should you get an LLC for your music business? All right. So, if you're a recording artist who's looking into turning your music career, your music venture into an official business, and you're looking at maybe starting an LLC and actually making your music business official, there are a few things that you need to know before you ultimately make that decision to have an official company. All right. Now, for those of you who don't know exactly what a LLC is, LLC stands for a limited liability company. All right. It's typically the type of company that a small business owner starts when it comes to actually making an official business. All right. And for artists, this is something that's very important because basically what happens is when you have a limited liability company, it's separate from you personally. So basically, let me explain it like this. Let's say your LLC, something happens, you're on stage, you're performing, and let's say you break a speaker, all right? The people who have the speaker or the venue that has the speaker, let's say they want to sue you personally as that. Well, they wouldn't be able to do that. They would have to sue the limited liability company. You get what I'm saying? It almost separates you personally from the company itself, which is why a lot of people get it. But that's why it says limited liability. All right. Now, of course, there are some other things that are involved with it, but that's the main premise of it. And that's typically the best one for an artist to sign up for when it comes to having an official business. You don't want to do any of the corporation stuff yet because an independent artist is not at that level. All right. Now, when it comes to the decision as far as when is the right time to actually or get an LLC, or if you should even get it at all, the first thing I'm gonna say is yes, you should definitely get an LLC for your music business. But it is very crucial and important that you choose the right time to do so. All right. And the reason I say that is because when you have a limited liability company, that also means that you are going to be registered with the IRS. That also means that you are going to have to report the income that you're making when it comes to your music business. All right. Now, this isn't really a conversation about, taking stuff under the table and not letting, the government know how much you're making and stuff like that. This is more about the fact that if your income isn't higher than your expenses, then you're going to have issues when it comes to, your taxes and stuff. At some point, they're not going to look at it as a business anymore. They're going to look at it as a hobby. All right. If your expenses outweigh your profit. Now, the thing is, with being an independent artist, for the very beginning, you're going to have a lot more expenses than profit when you're starting out as a music artist, right? Let's just talk about a couple of the expenses you're gonna have just starting out. Number one, you're gonna have to be paying for beats, all right? Number two, you're gonna have to be paying for recording time with a recording studio, all right? Number three, you're gonna have to be paying for mixing and mastering once the song is finished recording. Number four, you're gonna have to be paying for cover art. Number five, you're gonna have to be paying for your music distribution company, all right? These are all the different things that you have to pay for just to get your music done and out to the public. All right. Now, of course, you could cut corners, make your own covers. You can maybe make your own beats and stuff like that. But these are all the expenses that you typically would have to pay for as a beginner artist. All right. Now, when you talk about the profits of a beginner artist, the only profit that you're actually going to be receiving as a beginner artist is the streams, is the royalty from the streams. And that typically is not going to measure up to all your expenses. So when it comes time for you to report this to the IRS, report your income and expenses and stuff like that, because you have an official company, the balance is not going to balance out, right? So you're going to have more expenses than profit. And if you have that for too long, they're going to be like, look, we're going to have to stop this business, revoke this LLC, because you're not actually making a profit. It's a hobby, not a business. All right. Another thing that you want to understand is that once you start the LLC, you have to report it every year. All right. If you don't report it for any year, you're going to be fined. All right. And that fine typically, at least for a beginner artist, is a lot more than you would have to pay just reporting it. All right. So let's say you go 3 years. Let's say you start your LLC. When you first start, you completely forgot to report to the IRS. And then 4 years later, you're like, oh my gosh, the IRS is about to revoke my LLC. They're going to ask you to pay a fine for every single year that you forgot to actually inform them and let them know the expenses and profit that you made for that year. All right. So these are all the different things that you're gonna have to be doing yearly when you do have the LLC. So that's why I said it's not really smart to start it too early. The ideal time that you really want to set up your LLC and make it efficient and everything like that is when you're actually getting a profit that exceeds your expenses. When you're making more money than you're losing when it comes to making the music, all right? That's what it's gonna come down to. Once you start making a profit, then at that point, you can definitely set up your LLC and get everything official, all right? But if you do anything before then, you might find yourself in a bind with forgetting to report it. You might find yourself in a bind with it being revoked because you're not making enough profit and all of these different things, all right? So again, the best to have LLC, yes, that's definitely what you want to do as an independent artist. As far as when you want to do it, you want to do it when you're actually getting a decent amount of profit, all right? But either way, I hope this helped. If you have any additional questions in regards to this, as far as how to set up your LLC and anything like that, or any questions that you may have in regards to the music business or the creative side of making music as well, feel free to leave comments in the comment section below. I'm here to empower you as an independent artist, all right? You can contact me on any one of my social media tags, all right? You can literally Google WesTheTech and I should come up, all right? But either way, I hope this helped. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Follow his place with accent O's like whoa, buddy, I'ma do my thing. Cream of the crop like creme brulee. Reppin' my God, man, I ain't changed, so I ain't trying to hear what you gon' say. I'm gonna make it